When negativity hits, it feels like you lost something significant and you're struggling to move past it. This is just one part of the annoying experience of living in a society. When negativity fills you up, you must learn not to let it affect your day or your work. Amongst all the challenges in this life, this is one of the toughest. We may never be perfect at it, but being good enough can change our lives. There's nothing worse than letting someone live rent-free in your head, especially when you share some of the blame. Negativity, especially bad behavior and vibes, is infectious, so it's important not to take things too personally, because if you do, the only thing you'll find in the end is strife and frustration. Negativity Can Only Feed on Negativity by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Though it seems obvious, you have to learn how to handle people and their reactions, and learn to see beyond immediate difficulties. Since we are social creatures and rely heavily on each other for our livelihood, there's no real escape from this fact. It's just a reality of the world. You have to interact with people, and they have to deal with you, whether it involves the good bits or the bad bits like entitlement, verbal abuse, or disagreements. The sad part is that some people forget that they are dealing with other human beings who has feelings, regardless of whether the actions or words are appropriate within reason and context. Friends speak to each other in a different manner than they would to a stranger or superior, and we should all treat each other with respect, even if it feels like the other party doesn't deserve it. Smooth functioning of social life has always depended on the recognition of certain basic limits to behavior. We simply can't say or do anything we wish or offend people without paying consequences. Isolation, Ostracism, etc. by Robert Greene. The most frustrating thing is that often people can drain your energy, whether consciously or not, in ways that are not always obvious, even when you're trying to help them. Just when you're trying to improve a situation, they can make everything harder, inadvertently adding to your stress. This constant drain can make you feel bitter and resentful, even towards innocent questions and situations. You might find yourself wanting to say no and distance yourself from certain people because you feel used and taken for granted. It's like being a tube of toothpaste that's been squeezed and pushed in a haphazard way. There's still toothpaste inside, but it's difficult to get anything out because it's been so misused. In these moments, it's important to recognize that feeling depleted is a natural response to being overextended. It's essential to set boundaries and take time for yourself to recharge. Understanding that everyone has their limits can help you manage your interactions more effectively and maintain your well-being, instead of it becoming a pissing contest to see who can frustrate each other more in passive-aggressive ways. Negativity can be like a devil on your shoulder. Negativity can feel like a devil whispering in your ear, a constant presence that's hard to shake off. You strive to move forward, to let go, but there's always something lingering, tugging at the edges of your thoughts. I've often pondered why it's so challenging to break free from this grip, and the answer lies in the individual and their journey through life, particularly in gaining wisdom with age. It's not merely about growing older, but accumulating experiences that shape your understanding of what's right. When negativity and challenges looms large, it becomes vital to cling to positivity while remaining cautious. When your mind is overrun by negative thoughts and everything seems to unravel, it can weigh heavily on your spirit, leaving you feeling drained and perhaps even manifesting in the occasional white hair here and there, a physical marker of stress. Yet with preparation and a positive outlook, you can alleviate some of the burden. Thing with expectation. Managing expectation is a crucial aspect of navigating through life. It's about striking a balance between ambition and realism. When you set realistic expectation, you safeguard yourself from the sting of disappointment that comes with unmet goals. Conversely, aiming too high and falling short can be emotionally devastating. Some people advocate for the tempering of one's expectation to shield oneself from potential failure. They argue that lowering the bar minimizes the impact of setbacks. However, others contend that maintaining high expectation reflects confidence and ambition. When you set lofty goals within your capabilities, even if you don't quite reach them, you'll still make significant strides. Both perspectives hold merit, particularly the latter, provided your aspirations are grounded in reality and foreseeable in the near future. It's essential to set expectations that are attainable and within your control. Otherwise, you'll essentially gamble with your time, life, and mental well-being. Ultimately, whether you opt for cautious optimism or bold ambition, what matters most is giving your best effort, as that's the best that any of us can do. As long as you're committed and dedicated, you're likely to progress towards your goal regardless of the outcome. Expecting is the greatest impediment to living. In anticipation of tomorrow, it loses today, by Seneca the Younger. The impact of external factors on our experiences. Understanding the profound influence of external factors is crucial in shaping our experiences. When we engage in purchasing goods or services, our expectations are inevitably influenced by past encounters, whether we're indulging in a meal at a fast food restaurant or immersing ourselves in a new installment of a cherished book series. Our preconceptions significantly affect our level of satisfaction, as there's a set amount of value we expect back based on our rationale, whether that be about the amount of money we spent, the quality the brand normally gives out, or its popularity. Expectations extend beyond mere consumerism. They infiltrate every facet of our existence, encompassing realms such as love and career. Navigating these realms demand resilience, as individuals must contend with the potential for disappointment and hubris. This challenge is particularly pronounced during the formative years of our lives. Ironically, despite our longing for the smoother paths in life, it is often through adversity that we grow and learn. If only life could unfold as predictably as a record, with its comforting rhythms and familiar melodies. Like a record, the ability to skip ahead would be nice too, but alas, we are not gods. Isolation, battling negativity in a lonely world. Too much self-centered attitude, brings, isolation. Result, loneliness, fear, anger. The extreme self-centered attitude is the source of suffering, by Dalai Lama. Sometimes, to escape negativity, I reflect on how appealing it can be to be alone, away from everyone. People can act as energy vampires, draining your spirit despite your efforts to stay positive. For those who have learned to cope with negativity early on, finding solace in their own company rather than relying on others becomes second nature. Yet for those who crave conversation but fear saying the wrong things, the fear of speaking out can be paralyzed. Regrets over trivial comments lingers. Even though others may not recall them in such moments, it's tempting to conclude that sometimes it's better to stay silent and keep to oneself. There are positive and negatives to the solitude. Spending years alone can make you comfortable in your own company. There's nothing inherently wrong with discomfort if you find happiness in self-realization alone, without needing others to make you happy. That's a good thing. It means you'll be fine whether or not someone comes into your life. However, problems arise when you isolate yourself because you dislike people or are too lazy to engage. This kind of isolation can be problematic, especially as you get older and realize that you need other people. The world runs on connections, and opportunities often arise from who you know and how well you know them. Favoritism, or the tendency to prefer those we like or are close to, plays a significant role in this. It can lead to nepotism, where people help their friends and family to get ahead. This favoritism isn't always fair, but it's human nature. In the workplace, for example, people prefer to work with those who make their lives easier, which are people they can communicate with easily and who are teachable. You might think that jobs should be awarded based on skill alone, but personal biases often comes into play. This is especially true for leadership positions or any roles involving a vote of popularity. Even in small groups, biases can affect decisions. We are complex creatures with many biases, both conscious and unconscious. These biases are influenced by external factors like family, advertising, and education. The last thing is that there's barely anything worse than being alone with your mind. Whether it's disturbed or idle, being left to stew in loneliness or constant depression can feel unbearable. But in the end, nothing lasts forever. The clouds will come, then the rain. Thunder and lightning may greet you. The wind may blow, but as long as you're alive, a path will always glow. All you must have is faith that you will emerge from this rather than the stones that you constantly clobber yourself with every other night. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness, by Desmond Tutu. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe from Clear Class.